Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are tackling another problem. We are going to look at the left and right sum differences problem. It is rated as easy, but it has a very nice trick to it. Before we begin, please remember that if anything is confusing, just drop a question in the comments below. I try to read and reply to all of them. Okay, let us get into it. Here is the problem description directly from Leetcode. It can look a bit dense, so let us break down exactly what they are asking us to do. We are given a list of integers. Let us use this list 10, 4, 8, 3 as our example. For every single number in this list, like the 4 here, we need to find the sum of all the numbers strictly to its left. For the 4, there is only one number to the left, which is 10. So our left sum is 10. Next, we find the sum of all the numbers strictly to its right. For the 4, that is 8 plus 3, which gives us 11. Finally, we subtract the right sum from the left sum, and we take the absolute value so it is always a positive number. 10 minus 11 is -1, so the absolute difference is simply 1. We do this calculation for every single position in the array, and we return a brand new list containing all those differences. So how do we actually code this? The obvious way is to just write a loop inside a loop. For every number, scan all the way to the left, and then scan all the way to the right. But that is slow, because we are doing a lot of repeated addition. Instead, we can use an approach called a prefix sum. The big idea here is that we can just keep a running total as we walk through the list. First, we can walk through the list from left to right, building up our left sums. We add each number to our running total only after we record the current sum for that spot. Then, we do a second pass, but this time we walk backward from right to left. We keep a running total of the right sums, and we calculate that final absolute difference right then and there. Here is the full Python code provided in the Leetcode editorial. It looks super clean, but let us break it down into smaller pieces so it is crystal clear. We start by figuring out how many numbers we have, which we store in en. Then, we create an array called ans filled with zeros, exactly the same length, to hold our final answers. Now for the first sweep. We create a variable called left sum starting at 0. As we loop through each position, we first save our running left sum into our answer array. Only after we save it, do we add the current number to our left sum for the next step. If our list was 10, 4, 8, at the first spot, there is nothing to the left, so we store 0, then add 10 to our total. At the next spot, we store the 10, then add 4. At the last spot, we store 14. Our answer array is now filled with all the left sums. Next, we do the exact same thing but going backward. We start a right sum at 0. For each spot going from the end to the beginning, we update our answer array by taking its current value, which is the left sum, and subtracting our running right sum, making sure to use the absolute value. Continuing our example going backward. At the last spot, the right sum is 0, so the difference is just 14. We then add 8 to our right sum. At the middle spot, we take 10 minus 8, which gives us 2. Finally, at the first spot, 0 minus 12 gives us an absolute value of 12. And that is it. We just return our completed answer array. With any Leetcode problem, we should always think about edge cases. What is the smallest, weirdest input they could give us? The constraints say the array will have at least one element. So what if the input list is literally just the number 1? If there is only one item, there is absolutely nothing to its left, so the left sum is 0. There is nothing to its right, so the right sum is 0. The absolute difference is 0. Our logic handles this perfectly without crashing. Let us talk about efficiency. The time complexity is order n, where n is the number of items in the list. This is because we only loop through the list twice, not a loop inside of another loop. The space complexity is order 1, which means constant space. We do create the answer array, but in Leetcode, the array you return as the answer typically does not count against your space complexity score. Besides that, we only use 2 variables for the sums. If you want to test this code out yourself without retyping it, you can go to the leetcodeunlocked.com link in the description so you can copy the code that is shown and explained in this video. Now getting back to the explanation. Alright, that covers the Python solution. As promised, here are the full solutions for Java, C++, and JavaScript. Instead of pausing and typing these out, you can just go to the website via the link in the description to copy and paste the exact code directly. Here is the full solution in Java. It follows the exact same logic of a forward sweep, followed by a backward sweep. Next up, here is the C++ version. Very similar structure using a vector instead of an array. And finally, here is the solution in JavaScript. So, what did we learn here? First, keeping a running total is a great way to avoid slow nested loops. Second, the pattern of doing one pass forward and another pass backward is super common and very powerful in array problems. Before you go, a quick note. You can probably tell this is narrated by AI. I built this workflow to generate clear explanations instantly when problems drop to help myself study, and I am sharing them to help you too. I have changed the format recently to be much faster paced, so please let me know your feedback in the comments and ask any questions there too. I don't put ads in these videos, and I don't take sponsorships. If you want to help support my goal of covering every Leetcode problem, you can donate at buymeaboba.com/Leetcode daily. Also, please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I post the daily problem as soon as it comes out. Keep coding, and I'll catch you in the next one.